What's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of this transmission for the 2009 Polaris 550 XP Sportsman, or Sportsman 550 XP with electronic power steering, so on and so forth. I'm grabbing some gloves. So you guys saw the first video, getting this thing out. I know a lot of guys are like, oh man, we just keep going with it, but the videos get too long, nobody gets interested, whatever. So next thing we got to do here is I'm going to follow along with the manual I have on my computer. I'm going to push this in, pull the belt off. I don't have the real tool for this. I'm not going to go buy the tool for this thing. I'm just going to take a pry bar, put in there, push down the helix, pull the belt off, and then pull the secondary and primary off. And then we'll go ahead and pull the rear CVT cover off and find out what our next step is after that. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and pull the belt off real quick. I'm just gonna use a pry bar. You just basically put it in here. They have a tool you can use to push this down, and you can actually, it'll hold it all in place all the way down, but you can see this pry bar pretty much does the same trick. If I can hold the transmission from spinning around here. Off the secondary clutch, let it close. Pull it off the primary. I thought I just saw a crack in the belt. No, not a crack, not a crack, just a scrape. Honestly, the belt does look pretty good. Probably need to measure it for service limit to see what that is. But we're gonna yank this guy off here. There's your secondary clutch. Now the primary clutch. Reverse thread. Little spacer on the end of that. Now I will probably have to grab a clutch puller, figure out which one that is. And I think my clutch pullers are a 19 millimeter on the ends. So let's grab my handful of clutch pullers because I don't remember which is which anymore. You can find some of these on Amazon, or you can just buy the specific one for what you have. Oh, where is it at? Was it this guy? There we go. That is going to be probably 21. I'll be walking back and forth out of this video a bunch because, no, 24 maybe? Hell, it could be a 23. I don't know. It's Chinese, man. 23. Let's see if this... Well, I got 2 bars. So if this electric impact will get it off of the first. Yep, right off. No problem. And I already had a little bit of anti-seize on that. Please make sure you use anti-seize on these things. You guys can see the sheaves don't look too bad. They look actually really good. Secondary clutch sheaves. And the bolt. Look good. Nice and clean. You guys probably can't really see that too well. All right, so next, Torx. We'll grab the back side of the CVT cover. And that, I used a 13 millimeter and a, was it a 18 millimeter? Yeah, 13 millimeter, maybe a 19 millimeter on, let's see, what was it? Yeah, 19 millimeter, which will be your standard bolts, like a ½ inch, and I think it's 5/8 or 3/4. I can't remember. And then Torx bit here on these looks like it's a 30. I wish the screen on my little computer was going. Cold day, raining. But it is the next day that we pulled this thing out, after we pulled it out. Let's see, I think it said, I think there's 2 bolts on the back side that may hold that in. I don't remember. Let's see, all those are good. Let's see, remove the 10 screws securing the PVT cover. Can we do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 9, 10. I could definitely tell somebody's been in here. Go to the next one. Remove the 2 retaining bolts from the transmission cover. These are threaded forming bolts that can be used to hold the coupler during removal and installation. Oh, okay. That would be the 2 in the back. So, in the back side of this, good part is we can just throw it around. There are 2 bolts. So it says there are 2 bolts. I think they're full of shiz. Threaded bolts in pinholes. Coupler. Well, there is no threaded bolts. I guess it's to hold the coupler in place. Okay. Like I said, guys, we're kind of doing this together here. So let's see if that guy just pops off then. Oh yeah, she's just, the back, she's just suction cup to it. Oh, you can hear it peeling. Separating. There we go. I guess they just use Permatex to put it back on. I'll have to look to see if there's a gasket online. I think this one, actually, I think it's right. I think it just uses gasket sealer to do that. All right, so anyways, surpass that, get to the next page. Remove the retaining nut and transmission coupler. Place the transmission in neutral by moving bell crank. Lay transmission down with the cover facing up. It's so weird reading the manual to you guys why I do this, because like I said, I haven't pulled one of these apart, so we're going to do this together. But I know this for a fact that I don't. So what we can do here, that's too big. Basically, they want you to put pins in there, I think, so when you're breaking that loose, you won't have any issues. Let's find out. I'm going to say, try this here. Not too shabby. Let's see if we can't hold it while I break it loose. That's why I probably have those pins in there, so you can. Oh yeah, somebody's definitely had this before. Definitely had this apart. There's a nut. It's got a washer. Threaded, doesn't matter how it goes on. There is nothing there. There's that. All right. So now that's off. Flip the transmission over. And then from there on, guys, it just says best of luck. Lay the transmission down, cover facing up, remove the bolts retaining transmission cover. So we got all these guys out here to remove and take off. Let me grab, looks to be probably a 1/2 inch is what I'm guessing. Nope, 7/16. Negative. It's not making any sense. 10. So 12. I don't know if this year model basically I have used metric and standard center. Polaris. What's it say? Made in America, assembled in America, made with global parts, like all this crap getting to be nowadays. Anyways, we'll save that for another video. Voila. Man, I love this little snap-on 3/8 drive. Had this for years, love it. My most used tool. Let's see if these are any different lengths. My guess is the outer ones are probably all the same length. That's my guess. Inner ones. They all sounded about the same length, and it definitely were torqued down the same because they all broke loose the same. See, this makes me happy. Makes me happy when you pull all these bolts out. If I can get my finger in there. Pull all these bolts out, and they're all the same length. I don't have to worry about keeping them in order. Remember what one goes where. Should I grab a magnet because I can't get this last one out? Yep, all the bolts that came out of the face of this thing were all the same length. All right, so next what it says, carefully lift up the top cover, use a soft face hammer to tap the input shaft and rear output shaft to ease cover removal. Man, I'm a great narrator sometimes. All right, throw those in the case cover, throw that in the bird CVT cover, that. We'll grab my dead blow. I totally forgot to start my watch for labor. Let's go ahead and do that now. All right. That should be all those. So, let's take this guy off too, just so we don't break it. And hell, that could be holding the cases together too. As long as that was it, might have been. Speed sensor, I think that's what this one is. Now, that wasn't holding the cases together, but we won't break it that way at least. Good, 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 good. There was nothing in the back it showed. They show it sitting here in the manual like this. So, and again it says, beat the crap out of it to get it apart. Now it says carefully lift up on cover, use soft face hammer to hit the input shaft and the output shaft. Primary, yep. All right, okay, anyways. She is glued together. That is Permatex. Nothing like good gasket to make this thing a pain in the arse. Let me see what I can find as a point to maybe get in here and pop it up a little bit, see if I can't. Boy. Of course, you want to be careful so we don't break anything. But anyways, I guess we'll just hold it up and keep tapping on it till the gasket maker starts to break apart. That's what it says to do. It's primary shaft. Input. They got it turn funky again? I don't know. Anyways, we'll just keep tapping on it till we actually get it to break apart. You guys okay? Man, you just took a dive off the lift. Sorry about that. Nobody wants to see all the other junk I got going on in here. All right, well, I gotta tighten this back up. Boy, it knocked all types of stuff loose on here. Spin you around, tighten you up. Yeah, baby. Man, I didn't think that thing was gonna knock you away like I haven't even touched it. That was crazy. All right, anyways, back to beating on this thing some more. Just double check, because this manual was very vague when it didn't say anything about taking all the stuff off I did take off, but you couldn't get to half of it unless you did. This thing, this back piece should just be a part of this case. It doesn't look like it goes all the way up to here. So again, we'll move that out of the way. Love my magnetic base. Man. These guys are lightly tap. Yeah, lightly tap my wazoo. Man, it seems like there's like a bolt holding it yet. Good, 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 good. It doesn't say anything about pulling these off. I don't want to pull it off right now. Actually, I'm going to put the nut back on that just so I don't happen to damage any of the threads on there. Oh, it's starting to split down here, so that's good. Good. All right, so that's starting to split. That makes me happy. See her coming apart there? Oh, she's coming now. I know it sounds like I'm beating the whole other crap out of it. I'm actually not. There we go. She's coming apart. She is coming apart. There we go. Slowly but surely. Trying to find those sweet spots. There we go. There we go. So if you guys got a good view, I don't know if you do or don't. Check the back again. As much as I'm beating around on this thing, Make sure you guys can see it all. I'm a little too close, huh? Slide you back a hair. There. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and just kind of slowly work our way around it because it's coming apart now. There we go. Just trying to be gentle. I don't want to mess up any of the mating surfaces on here. Dowel pins, long dowel pins. Okay. Well, that came out with it. That one stayed, apparently. Okay. So it did show this one coming out with it on the manual. Right? Yeah, it showed this one with the bearing. The bearing was literally starting to come out. So we'll seat that back in there real quick. I was knocking the bearing out too. So we'll have to clean up all this stuff. I'll do that off camera. You guys won't be interested in any of that. So let's see what's going on here. There's that. Let's see what's next. Lift up the rear output shaft assembly and remove front output shaft assembly. Let's this one. Okay. Next, we got to take these two Torques out. Let me grab a rag. Looks to be like maybe a 27, which I think I already have that out. This guy was laying out here, which it should be down in there. That should press like this, and then this guy is going to run down in here like so. So that's how that should be, to give it a little bit of resistance, I believe. That should go all the way down. Trying to get a look at why it's not moving. Grab a pair of vice grips. Some vice grips. Throw it on this guy on the shaft here. Regardless, it all has to come apart anyways, because the shaft I'm on, now she's shifting. So I'm not sure exactly what was all wrong with it, but now it's shifting. This guy is like a shift arch star detent, so let's go ahead and turn it this way. So bam, 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 bam. This thing would not move earlier. The possibility that this had actually come apart. And I believe that is Park right there. So we'll pull all this stuff out real quick anyways. Get these two, I think these are 27 or 30s, we'll check. Take this out. This assembly will probably, this assembly will come out, and then this will come up, and then we got to work on all that stuff. All right, what we got here? Perfect. That is, like I said, that's a 30. Those feel about like 10 Newton meters. I definitely had blue Loctite on them. I can see that. All right, so some blue Loctite. Let's check this. Let's check this output shaft gear out while we're here. Both bearings feel really good. All right, so this guy will need the nut off the backside. They say this will come up like this, come out. Looks like there may be an O-ring right here. Or that could be the seal. But I definitely feel like an O-ring. Whoop. Let's check that rear seal. Rear seal looks good. So we'll have to see if that has an O-ring on it, because it feels like it might have an O-ring or something like that on it there. That's out. And then it says this guy. We're actually working the bearing out of the case. So the bearing, I'm guessing the bearings are pressed onto the shafts. But the bearings feel good. I don't see anything wrong with any of the gears. Next, we'll take this chain out. And then let's see what it says next. Park rail. Remove the spring, shift shaft, rail for park, shift shaft rail. Park rail. So this will be the spring and what they call the rail. So the spring and the rail that we just stuck back in there, that comes out. And then this spring. That rail. Lift up each end of the shift fork and rotate fork out. Shift fork looks good. And then this one will go that way, out. And then apparently this whole assembly comes out. There we go. And that's your park. You can see we have the big old lip on it. All right, so, ow, next, man. So that is out. Snap ring and washer on the top, which doesn't have a snap, it's got an E-clip or a C-clip. I might be able to get it off with this big boy. All right, got that. And then a washer. I don't know if you guys can see the washer that. Slowly work its way out. There we go. Angle rotation sensor, gear position sensor, whatever you want to call it. Now that's a snap ring. My got Snap-on PRH 406. It's what I use in all my videos. Oh, let's see. It's going to be this guy probably. Whoop. Hold it together, spin it, we're good there. That. Another washer. And let's see, we need to take the detemp plug out. Wonder what size that is. $19. Let me grab a ratchet. I'm gonna grab a wrench actually and get that out. I think. I'm losing, I don't want all that oil to run. Detent plug, according to the manual. It's next, which is basically just a spring loaded, lovely little rod. Grab a magnet. And there's your detent. Put it over there. Along with that. All right, let's clean up some of this oil real quick so it doesn't run down on the floor. Next step, pull this guy out. It's got 2 O-rings on it. Actually, this has 1 O-ring. It showed 2, but we're gonna replace that when we do put it back together. We don't need to replace this. Or this. So anyways, this will line up at a certain degree, and you gotta match this up with this bad boy right here. You can see this has marks, and then this guy will have marks. It'll probably be something similar to that. And then this guy here has a double. It has a double spline on it that goes in here, so you cannot screw that up. So the double spline is going to go back in there. But if I can get this off, you guys can just see all this for that guy. But hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. So that looks good. The cases look phenomenal. It's gonna spend more time cleaning this than anything. Both sides. We'll get that out of the way. Parking. What do they call this one? I don't remember what they call this one. They don't even say right now, but that's all right. I really don't care. There we go. Cam assembly, which works the switch. Then it has an O-ring, thrust washer, retaining ring. Then, you know, the switch sits on that. So basically, like I said, this has a double. You guys see that? It has a double spline. You line that in here. Double spline. And then this guy too has a double spline. You'll find your double spline on that and on this. Slide it back down like so. And this will have marks here. And then you also have marks here. So all this will go back together. You can see it's got a double spline on this gear also. So this has a double spline, this is a double spline. We'll replace this along with that O-ring. And then find my double spline here. It's got a detent, it's got an indentation. This sits down in there like so. And it all, like I said before, come on. And that all line up. There's dots down here that line up with the centerpiece, and all that goes back together. Really, really simple. It's not a hard thing to take apart. Very simple to do. Biggest thing is now we're going to look at the transmission gears, because it would not shift. It would not shift out of gear, wouldn't do anything. It was stuck solid, and they had stripped that out, so that had to be replaced. Again, I think we've already checked this. Helical cut, so that's good. Easy way to go. Oh, let's check the shift fork. Big old shift fork here. See that? Pretty much just sets on this big bad boy. So what I'm looking at, oh, she's tore up. Yep, she's pretty tore up. So let's get this chain off. That. shift fork. Woo wee. Oh, maybe she's not tore up. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. So that doesn't look too bad there. There. I mean, I thought at first I looked down here, I'm so used to seeing the dogs all square, but actually on this one, they're slightly chamfered, so they make a better engagement. This gear looks pretty good. Doesn't have much movement in it at all. Just the slightest bit with the retainers. The dog gear, the slider gear, which is just 2 of these guys here. It's not bad looking. Not bad looking. Slides good, feels good. Goes in there pretty good. Let's see. And this guy just fits over that, so it's unit. This gear here, no issues there. No issues there. I mean, honestly, everything in the transmission, as far as gears go, look good. I think they were just having an issue with possibly just this guy here just being semi-stripped out as it was. I mean, this guy looks, I don't see any issues on this either. Everything looks nice and smooth. This shift fork, parking fork, I think this might be the parking one. No, this is the parking one. This other shift fork, probably for reverse. Because that one there could have been, this one, I'm not sure if that's reverse is first or high, low, whatever it is. It really, honestly, doesn't matter to me. It all goes back the same. But it could have been a simple fact that this might have been messed up. We know this is messed up, but there's no telltale sign of why it wouldn't shift, why it was so hard to shift. But I also never heard it run. So, guys, that's the disassembly of this thing. Let me take my gloves off. All right, so mystery still not solved. I mean, you saw that it has the, it's worn out there. All the gears look good. The chains look good. Shift detent looks good. I mean, I haven't seen anything wrong with any of the parts of this transmission. So we're going to order the parts to fix the, I'm not sure, I kind of want to order this also, but I mean, all these gears look really, really good. I don't see anything wrong with them. Why it was locked up like that. Why it wouldn't shift. But regardless, the whole thing had to come apart to take this silly thing out. I mean, that's a lot of work to get this, but you strip that out, guys, that's a hell of a project you got going on here. So we need an O-ring for that and this. We need O-ring for this guy. I don't know, drop a comment down below if you think I should order a new cam. I mean, the cam looks great. There's no wear on it at all. No wear on it at all. No wear on the gears. I mean, I don't know. But that's how you take this apart, guys. Again, this is a 2009 Polaris Sportsman 550 XP EPS. Yeah, EPS, electronic power steering. That was stuck in gear, wouldn't come out of gear. I mean, I had a pair of vice grips on that thing, and I would shake the four-wheeler as hard as I could, and it would not. It was caught. So I'm not sure why it was caught. But I can definitely tell you some of the bolts I looked at as I was disassembling this thing definitely has come apart at one point in time. The big nut on that carrier, or on the, whatever it is, the rubber cush drive that mounts to the motor, the big nut on that was kind of messed up. So I know somebody's been in there before. It's not, usually at the factory you don't do stuff like that. But if you saw something I did wrong, let me know. We're just kind of running through this together. I've never done one of these. Got the service manual, like I said, I'm just kind of following what it says. So we're gonna clean it up, order some parts, hopefully within the next, I don't know, probably a week, I'm guessing. They should be here. I'm pretty sure the ones I have already put in my cart are in stock. I just have to go through and make sure I got everything we need for this. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, I appreciate it. Like I said in probably my other videos, like 96% of the people, maybe more than that, are not subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it. It really helps the channel out. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And again, if you've seen something I didn't do right or you have questions, I'll try to give you answers on this the best I can and let you know what I find out. I know the video is not the most detailed, but hey, you know, what can you do sometimes? You know, I'm trying to also run a business and take care of customers as long as recording videos for you guys. If you get a hold of me, you can find me on Facebook or here on YouTube. Drop a comment. Hit me up on Facebook at Limitless Power Sports Service and Repair. If you need, email me, hit me at limitlesspowersports78@gmail.com. Find me on TikTok at Limitless Power Sports Sir and Rep. Again, guys, I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next upload.